So let's I'm gonna pull up Emerade Tuba and the director from the film Rosario. And this is a horror film that comes up in May, and it's from Mucho Mass Media. They're the same people that did The Long Game, and they're really this is a good flex. So why don't we listen to what she has got to say?
Star and the director of our new horror film Rosario.
I'll probably put some curse on me before she died.
It was amazing to bring more Latino representation into the horror genre. We're going to share with you some of our favorite Latino horror stars.
There's one called El Vampiro. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
The actor is Germán Robles, and it's actually the movie that came up with fangs for vampires.
Coffin Joe made a film called This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse. At midnight, I'll take your soul. He would stare right down the camera like I'm doing right now. He would scare the pants off of me.
Capulina, who was a comedian in Mexico, when he fought Dracula and he fought Frankenstein, all those guys were Mexican versions of our classic monsters.
I'm actually really scared of horror films, so I don't watch them as much, but I promise you I'm really great in Rosario.
Absolutely. If you want to see Emerade kicking ass and getting covered in worms and blood and vomit, Rosario is for you.
Yeah.
All right, coming out. We're doing this, guys. We're not working with Mucho Mas Media or getting paid to advertise this movie. Not yet. But the movie's called Rosario. It's a horror film coming out May 2nd. This is Emerade Tuba, and she's done. She's half Mexican, half Lebanese. She has done telenovelas and some English television as well. Fletcher, are you familiar with Emerade?
No, I don't think I have been out of the novella thing. I haven't watched any new ones. I think she's in a couple of newer ones. Mm-hmm. And I know the director's Colombian as well.
Yeah,
he's he was doing shorts. If I'm mistaken, this
Correct.
is, I think, his first feature-length film.
It is, and I was just talking to Alejandro Montoya Marin, and he's very familiar with the director and the production company. So I'm like, wow, this is this guy's first film, and it looks like $1 million. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Any other thoughts, Fletcher? Before I think we should watch this trailer. And yes, right. She is fine. Emerade is. Superman comes out July 11th. Mm-hmm. And let me find out Fantastic Four.
Because I think the one that's going to rock the summer is probably going to be Jurassic Park.
Let's bring it up, Cameron. This is
I'm like. By the way, I've been looking her up. I've suddenly become her number one fan.
Let's check out Rosario's official trailer. Here we go.
Uno, dos, tres, whisky! Uno, dos, tres, whisky!
One day, all your dreams are gonna come true.
Abuela. Not now.
Winter storm appears to have changed course. Experts are recommending to stay indoors.
Sí, abuela. Hello?
Your grandma, she's no longer with us. She passed.
Was she ill?
She's an old lady. She's falling apart, you know. Here we are. Be down the hall.
Whoa.
What happened to you?
Hey.
May I help you?
You must be the famous granddaughter. I could hear her through the walls, praying and praying for your dreams to come true.
What the hell were you into? Balo is a religion that invokes spirits of the dead. Cobayende, collector of the dead. Once the terms are read, Cobayende will come to collect.
Oh, it's right behind you.
I'll probably put some curse on me before she died.
You're not leaving, are you?
I'm ending your curse. What do you want from me?
All right, well, there you have it. Let's get reactions from Kamran.
I mean, that's a great trailer. I love horror movies. I'm into that, and it's tense. It's well shot. Really, cinematography looks wonderful on this. You know, and not just her, because she's obviously lovely, and I don't know her work. I'm going to know her work now. But that other gentleman, David, right? That guy, I've seen him a lot in films, and he's a really good character actor, right? And I think he's got a great creepy vibe for this. But what I would really love about just the concept that I'm watching here is that it is such a brilliant idea for Latino genre moving forward. The idea of tapping into the supernatural elements of the mother culture that maybe younger generations may have disavowed or not even be aware of, like Palomembe. I mean, I'm familiar with that, you know, because it's obviously an Afro-Caribbean spiritual tradition, which has occultism and mysticism. And you know, my spiritual teachers in West Africa, which is the origin of a lot of these things like that, like voodoo, voodoo. I've been to West Africa and I've seen the origins, like those magicians and people of that culture that led to Palomembe and all these traditions are still there in West Africa, teaching the original stuff, right? And practicing it. So that's scary stuff. We're talking about necromancy, all that stuff's going on still today in 21st century. And so I'm excited about this, but what's interesting is this looks like a really smart film, and it's a kind of film that I think Latino filmmakers should be making, honoring these aspects of culture that I think people don't know, and that's a great way to bring new stories to Hollywood.
Fletcher.
Yeah, it's I think they did a good job on putting a good trailer together and setting up the story for the movie. So I mean, it's I only think the name, they could have done a little bit better with that, because that might turn off a few people for it.
What the Rosario name?
Well, yeah, because Rosario is also like you're making a play on words on a Rosario, which is a prayer.
As in rosary.
Yeah.
Right. So because that's how we call it.
Okay. So I mean, I'm assuming because Palomembe, I think, does have elements of Catholicism within it, is part of the tradition. So maybe I'm assuming they probably do use some kind of prayer beads and ritual. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. It probably has a direct linkage. Again, you know, I hope it doesn't turn people off, because if it's specifically linked to things that are being used in the ritual, then I think it makes sense.
No, I'm sure it does. It will just make it that a few people like myself can't watch it.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, teach their own.
But also too, you know, I think we're seeing a new star in the making as far as film, because you know, in English market, Emerade has only been in like an Amazon Prime TV show, which was popular, but that got canceled a few years back. So it's definitely great to see her in a lead. So, you know, good for her. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of familiar with the script from the past. It's a creepy story. This is you know, I think people will come and check it out. It's May 2nd. It looks great. And of course you have the great, was it David Dasmachian as the neighbor? I mean, who doesn't love this guy? This guy had that hit last year, Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
And that was a great.
He's a guy. I love him. He's great. Yeah. There's something about him that's very compelling.
Yeah. There's a great premise. I don't think he pulled it off, but as far as his other film, but it'd be great. It's just great that he's in this cast. So that's Rosario, and directed by Felipe Vargas, I believe. Is that his name?
Yeah.
And it's good to see fresh people, fresh actors, fresh directors, entering the zone. And this is going to have a major release.